I'm Alyssa. When I'm not busy dropping useless knowledge on my students, I'm watching Liam's live streams.
Good morning, and from a mile above sea level, it's Chatting with Viewers. As always, I am Liam Irvin, and as always, I am happy to be here. It is January 28th, 2024, and it is the end of January. We have 3 days left, I guess if we count this day. So we've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then it is on to February. February. I don't know. It's on to that second month. Looking forward to it. A lot of cool stuff coming up, and I am glad to be here. Nightbot is here. Werner says, good afternoon from Germany. How is it going? It's going good. I honestly am a little stuffy. The weather's been all over the place. It's going to be 61 degrees today in Denver, and I can't wait. They are doing work on our balconies and some other areas, so I don't know if I can pop a window open, get some air coming through, but yeah, this is going to be kind of a crazy week. I'm kind of getting kicked out of my own apartment during the day while they're working on the outside area, so it's going to be a lot of time in the office. I kind of like to work at home when I can, but yeah, this week's going to be an office week, so that'll be fun. Oh boy. Yes, so that is our stuff. Excuse me, yawn. I apologize. So I really don't have a lot to report this week. There really hasn't been any amazing tech stuff. I know the BT Speak from Blazy has been getting a lot of press, which looks interesting. Gadget-wise, I guess the Zoom H1 Essential is also another really big thing that people are excited about. Good morning, Liam and friends. Sorry I'm late, says Alyssa. I feel like Liam and friends would be a cool title for something. Welcome to Liam and Friends. I don't know. Something to think about. So I am drinking a Uptime, which is funny because I honestly, when this is over, I'm planning on going back to sleep. Okay, it's over. No, I'm kidding. I am planning on going back to sleep somewhat soon after that because I've got a day of grocery shopping and football. Football is on today. 2 really good games, by the way. Chicago. Yeah, Chicago's not playing in anything. Kansas City and Baltimore. And I'm looking forward to Green Bay's out. Detroit and San Francisco. Both of those look really interesting. So I am excited for both of them, which I just feel like it's going to be a good game. I feel like it's going to be really solid. Should be a lot of fun. So it's a big day of football, which I'm excited about. I'm trying to think if there's anything else really going on today. Just a lot of prepping for tomorrow. Oh, I love that you can see. I was just doing a quick AI thing. You can see my bed in the background. You can see the pillows or the blankets. That's just the way that this room is set up. I think it's in the corner, but Uptime should be a sponsor. Yes, they should. Mackenzie says, "Good morning, Liam. I'm going to have some coffee." Yeah, I'm drinking Uptime. Ironically, I'm going to go back to bed. Yeah, let's get Uptime. How will we get them to sponsor the stream? I'm surprised there hasn't been anything new reported about the Optima. Not really familiar with the Optima. Or the Optima. I don't know what that is. I'd love to know more, though. But yeah, the BT Speak, people are starting to get them. I have a couple friends at work that splurged and picked some up. I don't know much about it. I know that it's doing something with Deck Talk or eSpeak or something, and it runs Linux. So that's interesting. Oh, it's the computer with the built-in Braille display being created by Orbit Research. Oh. Yeah. Is that what it's called? Okay, I knew they were making one. I didn't know its name. This week was Asia, and really, I should have gone. That would have been a fun trip to go on. Oh, yeah, that would have been actually a lot of fun. Oh, well, next year, maybe I'll go. It's in Orlando. I know some people that went, but I didn't go. I'm not doing CSUN this year. Wanted to, but will not be doing CSUN. So maybe next year for one of those. I'd love to do. CSUN's kind of my big one. That's the one I've always wanted to do. A lot of people kind of feel like Asia is kind of running away with, like, that's the big one you go to. I would go to either, honestly. Oh, Optimum is so, or oh my God. I can't word. Uptime is so cold. I'm sure Optimum's cold too. I'm going to be laid off in 3 days. Sucks too, because I liked having a job. That sucks. Hi, Philip. Acer says if it's Orbit, who knows what the display will feel like. Yeah, I guess we'll find out when we get there. Yeah, being laid off sucks. I've never been fired from a job. I have always left on my own terms. I hope that trend continues, to be honest with you. John Darling says, I've always wanted to go to CSUN. Yeah, I want to go. I'm very interested, but not this year. Hopefully next year I will go to one of them. I don't know which. I too would love to go to one of those events. Best power couple date ever. AT power couple date ever, says Alyssa. No, that would be really nerdy. I feel like us going to that is really sad. Oh, look at the AT couple. Just remember who the ATS is. So, for those that don't get it, both me and Alyssa are ATs. I am an AT specialist. She's an AT instructor, and we constantly discuss this. We are nerds. Yes, we are. The silver lining is I won't have people yelling at me due to somewhat valid reasons I can't get into. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, sometimes, unfortunately, careers don't work out. By the way, if you can see, I have a ring light going now, and I found it in my box of stuff. I was going through a box. I don't know, what do you call them? A container, a storage container of stuff, and I found my ring light. And so now it's a little more lighted in here around the camera. So I appreciate that a lot. It's nice. I had a meeting yesterday with a company, and So it was nice to have that set up. I don't think I'm at liberty to say who it was. I think I can say who it was, but I can't say what we talked about. But I'm hoping it's going to be good. I'm hoping it's going to be really positive. So expect more fun game stuff this year. I guess I can say that much. Does this mean Liam is special? Yes, I am very special. Word Nerd says, does this mean Liam is special? Yes, I am a special snowflake. I am the specialist of special. I'm the special specialist. Have you thought about getting a racing wheel for Forza? Says Rook. No. I played Forza once or twice. Really liked it. Just did not stick with it. And I think the big reason is that my hearing is so bad now that turning is just really hard for me. Can you tell them about your big news starting next week? That I'm pregnant? I didn't think we were supposed to talk about that yet. Are you talking about mobility? Yeah, that's really big news. So I'm starting mobility training next Saturday, which is really awesome. I've been waiting for that for 20 years. I'm assuming that's the big news you mean. You could have just said what the big news was. The special specialist. Oh, I think it makes a lot of sense. I think it is, yeah. Special specialist is, yeah, that's me. The big news is that I start mobility training, which is really cool because I will be working with someone that specializes with people that are deafblind, and I am super excited, you guys. This is going to be really cool. So, oh, yes, I'm talking about mobility. Nobody is pregnant, says Alyssa. No, they are not. That would be bad. That is how rumors start. Oh, boy. Yes, so mobility starting next Saturday. I'm really sad because apparently we're supposed to get kind of snowy, rainy weather, and I was really looking forward to a nice day to work on some stuff that I really need to work on. But I am super excited. I will be working with a specialist who, again, specializes in deaf-blind mobility. And so I have even been told that we can use tactile signing if we need to, and that that's actually something I don't know. I never learned to sign. I might want to start considering that, actually. I've been really giving it some thought. So she might give me some resources on where to go with that, too, which would be really cool. Nobody is pregnant, you hope. I started playing Acer says, I started playing the Eurofly beta, and the new game is extremely realistic. We'll discuss that in a moment. And somewhat difficult, and it supports my joystick. Yes, and it's also really broken. I am going to call no on the realism. I really am not going to say it's realistic. We are sweet baby angels. We don't participate in such activities, says Alyssa. We are too busy strumming our harps. Oh, boy. Yep. And I knew Brandon was just going to say, don't even get me started on Eurofly. LOL. Yes, Eurofly has... I'm going to put this as nicely as I can. The launch of the beta, and I use the term beta in quotes, has not been good. It has been very rough. It is not, I don't call it a beta. I would call it an alpha, and that's being nice. Yeah. Rook says, I don't know about extremely realistic. Certainly an improvement, but extremely realistic is a stretch compared to FS 2020. Yes, I would agree. I think it tries to improve on things from 2, but yeah, to me it just adds more keys for the sake of adding keys. One of the problems Yeah, Brandon also saying it is not extremely realistic. Yeah, it's when you come from something like Flight Sim, it's definitely not. Why am I the only person that seems to not run into the major issues? Well, here's the thing: is that some people can play it, others can't. It's just, yeah. There's a lot that needs to happen. Tim says it sounds like there's a lot of work that needs to be done to get rid of some of the bugs in the software. There definitely is. It also, its airport list is not complete at all. It's missing a lot of airports. It crashes, which is not good. And I don't mean your plane crashes. I mean like literally the game's crashing out. So there's just a lot of stuff. So if you're like, Liam, why haven't you streamed it? That's why. Also, my keyboard doesn't come with page up, page down, home, and end keys. So no for me. Yeah, and that's like, it requires a lot of keys. My dad was hooked on Flight Sim when I was growing up. He flew in our local area, so we made jokes about not crashing into the house. I had this really great idea, by the way, for a episode of Twilight Zone. And I'd love to write this script. So the premise is a brand new game has come out. The kid gets it, starts playing it. What he doesn't realize is that as he's playing it and crashing into things, he's slowly destroying the world. And like, he doesn't know it because he's so into the game, but like around him, the world is just crumbling because like he's playing this Flight Sim and he thinks it's fun to like crash his planes into like landmarks. So eventually he flies the plane in the game over his house and crashes into the house. And just as the plane's crashing, he looks out the window and realizes, but it's too late. And it is like, that is a Twilight Zone episode if there ever was one. And I approve of it. At least some mechanics makes more sense than 3D Velocity. I think 3D Velocity, though, like did a lot with physics. Still the best physics stuff is anything that like David Greenwood made. So any of the GMA stuff. If he had made a flight sim, oh man, that would have been insane. Yeah, I've been doing flight simming for a long time, says Brandon. Yeah, so Brandon, you did that back when you had more vision, right? So, hello, I'm using Windows. I can't run crazy. I don't know. I would talk to the developer. I can't say I agree with that either. Yeah, I think 3D Velocity's big problem was like, I don't know what its problem was really. I didn't think it was bad. I felt like it made sense mechanically. I mean, remember, it was a fighter jet, so it wasn't like you weren't taking off from an airport. You're taking off from a carrier. Yeah. I'm still trying to get to flying my plane. Oh, you're talking about in Eurofly or in FS? Yeah, the problem with, I think, the way that flight stick is, doesn't the flight stick get weird if you leave the window? Someone was saying like it changed something. There was some issue. I think it was they couldn't do other stuff with their gamepad out of the window or something. I don't know. I don't know. Yes, Shotgun Spoon, I have joined your Discord server because people wouldn't stop bothering me about it. So thanks. Oh, a message I have to get to after the stream. Oh, I've been waiting for this message for a few days. Hey, Alyssa, remember I asked someone about a thing? And I've been waiting to hear about the thing. I heard about the thing. I know that's not helpful. I'll tell you later. Yes. I've been bothered about Lethal Company over and over and over again. Need to start looking at it. Interested in like what is going on with it. Was told that I should stream it. I could never land the plane consistently in TDV. It's been so long I never tried. Why did I stop playing Mistworld? I just grew tired of it. FS 2020. Yeah, there's very little out there on how to do it. Like, I think a lot of people have just figured it out, but no one's written like a tutorial on how to actually use it. I just don't have the time, like, to really fight with it because, work. Too much work. But I like my work. Don't get me wrong. It's just there's a lot of work. Why did I stop playing Mistworld? I just grew tired of it. It just, to me, it was the same thing over and over again. Also, I work full-time. I have a full-time job, and I don't have time to play games anymore. Any thoughts on Apple's app market stores in the EU after March 2024? Linking to external payment options in the US store? No, I have no thoughts on it. The only thing is that Apple is a bunch of whiny things, and they're trying to claim that opening up the App Store and opening up sideloading is bad for everything, whereas the Mac has been doing it for years and is doing just fine. I think Apple needs to get over themselves and stop being so greedy. That's really all I really think about it. Whatever. It's a thing. They want control over the infrastructure. I get it. But this isn't 1984. I mean, obviously we can't claim a monopoly. Hi AT&T, but like, it's just ridiculous. Let's see. Flight stick doesn't work well at all. It doesn't respect dead zone settings, and there is too much jitter. Lethal Company is playable? Yeah, my understanding is there's a mod that has been made, and I haven't had a chance to look at it yet. I've been being told about it. I was chatting with some friends yesterday who maybe more work acquaintances, I suppose, that I've been working with, and we were discussing Lethal Company, and I had said that I had heard that they were doing something with it, and my friends who are sighted were like, yeah, you should look into this. It's a really fun game. We've been playing it a lot on stream, and sorry, I'm being purposely vague. I want a t-shirt that says stop being a little whiny thing. Oh, stop being a whiny thing. Hey, speaking of shirts, by the way, they've changed the rules. I can now sell merch on my channel. So who wants some merch? I have a idea for a hat for chatting with viewers. It's the Hatting with Viewers hat. I would like to make some shirts. I'd like to make some other stuff. Who wants them? Philip says, what is it about? I have no idea. I know nothing about this game. I just know it's the popular game that everyone's playing. So, yeah. I don't know. Rook says he's been using Android for a year. I just don't like Android. It's fine. Like, I've got a Pixel 7 hanging out in the other room, and it's fine. Meh. As someone that teaches the stuff, I would not want to teach Android. I just really would not like it. I'd rather teach iPhone. I have a lot more success teaching iOS. Most of my students, that's what we're working on right now, is I'm just like thinking through my list of students in my head that like there's 4 or 5 really that are, actually more. Oh yeah. That person's going to start. That person, yeah. Like pretty much everyone I'm working with right now is iPhone, and in some capacity. It's iPhone and Windows and JAWS, and those have been my big things. Alyssa says, me. Oh, Alyssa, you want a shirt? I want, yeah, stop being a whiny thing. I love that. I think that would be great. I want the hatting with viewers hat. Yeah, I need to call one of my friends who's a graphic designer and be like, hey, you want to make some money making stuff? Let's make things. It's pretty hard. Oh, they're talking about flight sticks. Okay. Gotcha. Everyone's chit-chatting about flight sticks. Yeah, I think the problem is that Eurofly is sort of supporting them, but they're not fully supporting sticks the way that they could and should be supported, which is unfortunate. I hope that a lot of the Eurofly stuff gets fixed. But needless to say, you won't see it on this channel for a while. I would say a good while. I will probably wait until the game's actually officially out of beta. Or really, like I said, it should be an alpha. This should not be a beta. It does not feel like a beta. It feels like an alpha, which is fine. Hello, Carrie Marie Kelly Gaming. Hello. Do an Irvin Army t-shirt. Yes, we need Irvin Army stuff. I want an Irvin Army backpack. I would like some embroidered stuff. I don't know if the site that I'm looking at that integrates with YouTube has that, but I would love me some embroidered stuff that you could feel. Oh no. I agree. We need a dilly dill pickle mug or shirt. Yes, we do. There you go. Dilly the dill pickle. Hello, Mark. I get that beta launches don't go smoothly, but what I can't get is how it's this bad. And they had 4 years of development time. I don't know, and that's where I'm really confused. And like I said, that's why I feel like calling it a beta is incorrect. I feel like what they should have done, personally, and I mean, what would I know? I've only been doing this for 20 years. Is they should have done an alpha, and they should have allowed some signups. And they should have made it so that they brought in like 40, 50 people, let them hammer on it, a small group that's big enough but still small, and then figured out the issues and worked on those. Let's see. So that is what I would suggest. I mean, I think that would have been the smart thing to do. Go back to the drawing board, be like, okay, let's get a good cross-section of people, but not so many people that we're getting hammered by hundreds of people, because this is what ended up happening is they got hammered, and then Lucas bailed, which I don't blame him, actually. I would do the same thing. Good for Lucas for just being like, listen, this is way too much, y'all. So I get that completely. Survive the Wild is still in beta also. Don't know when that's going to end. Yeah, I have no idea. Let's see. Still more flight stick talk. Trying to think what else is going on that's like big in the gaming space. Project that I'm working on. I'm sure that's gonna be out at some point. I'm consulting on. Let's see. What else is really big right now? I can't think of much. Like I said, I don't spend a lot of time with the gaming space anymore. I just don't have time. So yeah, that's why I was like kind of sad that Eurofly was kind of a mess, because I did want to stream a game. I've been talking about doing some Jackbox stuff. There's been some interest in maybe doing like some Quiplash or something at some point. I don't know when or where. I would love to do that, though. I think it'd be a lot of fun. So I'm looking at the possibility of doing that here down the road. Let's see. What else can I think of that is interesting and exciting? Um, Madeline's here. Hi, Madeline. Speaking of getting hammered, I had plenty of fun on New Year's. First time and it was glorious. Yeah, I don't really condone the consumption of alcohol. What you choose to do on your own time is obviously up to you, and have fun. I did not get hammered on New Year's. There was no hammering on New Year's. I'd be down for some Jackbox, says Alyssa. I just have to learn how it operates. It's very simple. Even a caveman can do it. Oh no, that's the Geico. It's really easy. The cool thing is that you don't need the game. You just pop open a web browser, visit a page, and cool stuff happens. My Mistworld won't even run. I don't know. Haven't touched Mistworld in, oh my gosh, 7 months? Probably 7 months. Probably more, actually. Don't lie. What do you mean you don't condone drinking? I condone responsibly drinking, like having a beer or a shot of Malort or two. Yeah, alcoholism runs in my family, so I've always chosen to steer clear. I don't blame you, and I think it's, I think making responsible choices is good. If you feel that you are at risk for becoming addicted to something, it's good to avoid it. It really is. Obviously, addiction is not worth the short amount of fun that you're going to have, because if you become addicted, then you go through really bad things like withdrawal. And I heard that can be bad. Corporate Liam is here, says Brandon. Hey, I mean, listen, I just, here's the thing. I know we have viewers that are under 21, and I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, drinking's against the law. But be responsible. I actually, true story, I never drank till I was 21. I actually waited till I was an adult first. Which some people that know me are like, that's not true. No, that's absolutely true. True story. I recently learned how to write music and sound for the NES and TurboGrafx game systems. Ah, yes, the TurboGrafx. Besides, I'm clumsy enough as it is, says Brian. Yeah, it's one of those things I have no outright desire for, really. I only do it on special occasions, and there aren't many out there in my life. Yeah, I think if you're doing it on special occasions, it's one thing. But it really is that fine line between the control and the uncontrol. Like, I have on my counter is a couple different bottles of various liquor. Also, there are beers in my fridge, and I don't drink very often. I try not to, because I really feel like with anything, really, you need to be in a good mindset to do the thing. So, like, if you're drinking because you're trying to de-stress and you're stressed out, you're drinking for the wrong reasons. If you're drinking because you're like, today was a long day. I had a good day. It was just long. Let's have a beer to relax. That's good. But if you're drinking because you're like, I'm really sad right now, this will make me forget how sad I am, it's not good. All you're doing really is just making it worse. It's that whole there's a term for it. Some smart therapist gave me the term for it, and I can't remember what it is now. But it's like perpetual, so you're just perpetuating the feelings and making them worse. Alcoholism runs on my mom's side of the family. I drink sometimes, but always safely, says Madeline. Yes, and I will agree with this, Aprone. We probably all agree that driving after drinking is horrible because you risk such harm to others. I don't drink because without a car, I'm capable of incredible harm to others via words or actions. I would agree with this. I think when we drink, our logic goes out the window. Obviously, also, yes, not that I'm concerned about anyone here operating a motor vehicle even while sober, but please don't drink and drive. You take the responsibility, and you're not being responsible. Also, too, I think the thing about the roads that we have to understand is that like we share the roads with others. We need to be safe for others and not just ourselves. I started drinking at 14, but I always knew alcoholism runs in my family, so I've always kept a tight hold on it. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I mean, I don't know about my family. I don't know. I don't think it really runs. I mean, we're Irish, so take that as you will. But I always wanted to be responsible about it because, and I haven't always been, but I like to be responsible because, again, I have to function. I've seen firsthand the effects of illicit substances and what they can do to a person, especially if they are just hooked on them. And it's sad. I've seen people that are alcoholics and they just can't function, and it's heartbreaking. So, and I've seen the effects of drugs firsthand from people that I care about. And so, yeah, I like, if you're going to do something, just be responsible. Yeah, Alyssa says drinking magnifies what you feel when you start, and it does. I mean, it really, really does. If you are drinking because you are sad, you're not going to be happier. You're just going to be more sad. So, and two, if you're on medicines where you should not be mixing with alcohol, please do not. That's really important. If you take something, whether it's an antidepressant or whatever, please do not drink. Do yourself and those around you a favor. Have I played Mortal Kombat 1? Yeah, I have a little bit. I just... So, just hopping to a few messages here. Hold on. So Brandon has a good point, which I will sort of agree with, but also with a caveat. I don't know that I'd agree that self-medicating is bad. Plenty of people don't get the help they need from the medical establishment. So what else do they have to turn to? So, though I would somewhat agree with that sentiment, I also would say that it's very important to learn coping skills. So something that we're not doing as much of now is we're not learning how to cope. We're not learning how to cope healthily. And so what a lot of people are doing is they're choosing pot or alcohol or whatever. And I'm not going to sit here and say that like pot is bad or that it's good. But what I am going to say is that it's very important to learn to cope. It's very important to learn how to deal with the stresses of life without medicating in whatever way you choose to. It's important to learn to be able to talk to others. It's important to be able to find constructive outlets for your stressors. It's extremely important. And so what happens is we're seeing that people don't learn these skills. And so their answer for things is, well, I'm going to go get high. I'm going to go get drunk. And it's like a Band-Aid. It's not solving the problem. The problem is still there. It's not going away. And I can definitely attest to this and say that, sometimes that we don't want to solve the problem. We want to make it go away. And unfortunately, it's not going to go away. Legal drinking age in the U.S., of course, is 21. In Canada, it's 19. And I believe in Germany, it's 14. I think in Germany, it's like 5. I don't know. I don't know, actually. I'd love to know for sure. Rook says, I smoked weed once. I don't hate it, but it's not for me, really. I can't smoke here because I would like to keep my job. That's all I'm really going to say about that. Agreed. Kids get all sorts of messed up when they're not required to feel bored, and they grow up without any patience, never dealing with bad emotions or pain. Also, weed's two major issues. later. Yeah, it leads to major issues later. Sorry. Yes, and I agree with that. Like, I think, like I said, I'm not going to sit here and be like weed is good or weed is bad. That's not what I'm here for. Because everyone has their own opinions. I have my own opinions, and I mean, really, the way I feel about it is like, stuff is only as bad as you want it to be. So, if you're recreational and you know how to cope and you understand that, and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna smoke before bed. That's fine. It's when I see people that all they do all day is smoke, and it's like, why? What are you solving? What is that solving for you? And why are you smoking? What are you not dealing with that you should be dealing with? It's sad. It really is. It's really unfortunate. One big stress reducer for me is listening to music or audiobooks, says Steven. Yeah, what are some good stress reducers for you? What helps you? And I think that's a really good discussion. We're having this negative discussion about what we shouldn't do. Let's talk about what we should do. What should we do? What helps you? Yeah, and Maddie, good for you for being smart. I don't take alcohol because I take anti-seizure medications, and you're not supposed to mix them much. No, and you're not supposed to mix them at all. And good for you for realizing that. So let's talk about the positives. What are things that we do when we're stressed? What do you like to do? For me, it's listen to music. I do recommend, though, that you listen to happy music. So we'll go back to that whole perpetual emotional state. And so there's this whole thing that we like to do when we're sad. We listen to sad music. And we feel that it's being therapeutic. But what we're actually really doing is perpetuating the sad emotions and not helping ourselves. So what do you do? Let's see. I'll get to Madeline says, I used to use weed a lot in college, but do it way less now. I YouTube and write for fun and read audiobooks. So all very positives. YouTubing is great. Obviously watching just various things. Even if you're not streaming, like, it's therapeutic for me. I get to talk to you guys right now, but even just watching videos that I like. A lot of gaming content, or even Bob Ross if I just need to chill out. Audiobook's always good too. I think a book, you can never go wrong with a book. I'll sometimes play a random game like Scramble or something, says Acer. Also really good. Gaming's an amazing outlet. My work has enrichment classes a few days a week, and we often do art projects. We do a lot with modeling clay. I'm considering getting some for home to do projects after long days, says Alyssa. That's awesome. I think we, as people with visual impairments, I think we oftentimes don't think about art as a valid outlet, but modeling clay, beadwork, a lot of people I know knit or crochet, all very therapeutic. Reading mostly, it's a good escape, says Maddie. I mostly read audiobooks and listen to music with actually decent audio. I'm looking at you, Spotify. I think Spotify sounds all right, but don't listen to the deaf guy. I used to game a lot to help with anxiety, says Madeline. If I weren't in such a rut, I'd record more music, says Acer. Well, sometimes, that happens, but there's nearly always music or book on in my apartment, says Brian. For me, it's time or a good cry if the event is bad. And this goes back to what we talked about last year, actually. I am a big proponent of the power of just letting it out, and just having a good cry. Obviously, don't do it at work when you're with a student, but I think sometimes we need to let those emotions out. So I've talked about that, and I'm very pro crying. I think it's good for us. I think it allows us to have an emotional outlet that is not negative. If you're crying while you're beating somebody, that's not good. But if you are just letting those emotions out, letting those feelings out, it can help and you feel cleansed. I am for that. I make my own music, but I don't have a keyboard. They're expensive if you want one that works with complete control stuff. Yeah, I'm just not musically inclined like I thought I was. So I like music for me is not really an outlet. I like to make audio stuff, and just random little things. I just like to make stuff. If you guys haven't heard my letters to Satan, I want to make more of these. I'm going to play this one for you guys. This is just dumb and fun. But I had this idea for what if Satan took letters, and my depiction of Satan is a little different, and I like him. He's derpy and silly. So here you go.
Hi everyone, it's your old pal, the Prince of Darkness, Satan, and I thought I would try something new by answering emails from you. Oh, look, here's one now. It's from Clinton. He says, Dear Satan, Prince of Darkness. I love when people call me that, by the way. He says, he says, why is it so cold here on Earth right now? Most of the United States is freezing. What is it like down in hell? Well, that's a great question. It's nice and warm down here. It's currently, hold on, let me ask my satanic Siri. Hey, satanic Siri, what's the current weather?
In your current location, hell, the temperature is 9,000 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, that's great. Thanks, satanic Siri.
Die, scum!
So even though it's hot down here, there's still a lot of fun to be had. Look at all the happy people in the lava pool. Hey guys! Yeah, looks like you're having fun. Hey, say hi to all the viewers out there. Yeah, we're on the radio. Yeah, that lava pool's a real scream. Because they're screaming. Because they're being burned alive. I love my job. Anyways, send me more letters. And I hope it gets warmer up there.
So yeah, we got to do more of those. We need more. Alyssa Henson says, I used to do some jewelry creation. Now that I know more about clay that can be baked in a regular oven, I may do more of that clay. More of that. Clay is also fun because you can make freeform projects. Alyssa, I got to text you something later. Anyways, one of my favorite actors once said that her analyst told her that the act of just letting go to clear your mind of dark or sad emotions is like the cavalry arriving in a Western. Sort of. I mean, I think that you have to have resolution. So I think it's very hard to just let things go. It is definitely, I can't just be like, yep, I'm going to let this go. I have to have a resolution in order to let it go. So I would agree with that. I think it's a good feeling, but you have to have that resolution. That is the one thing about my job, that it does get stressful sometimes. There are things that I deal with that I can't talk about. And so they can be real bad stressors. And it's not even the day-to-day thing. It's just things that happen. There's a lot that we don't, as instructors and teachers, like I didn't think about when I started teaching, that would be things that would affect me, in the ways that they do. Yeah. Rook says, I love the same screaming sounds I've heard in other things. Yeah, I went out of my way to just use the generic screams because to me, that's part of the fun. That sounds ominous. Don't forget you made a cool project when you visited my work. Yeah, no, I just, I'll tell you later. Just, yeah, I don't know. So, Oh no. Oh my gosh. A lot of times people don't think about all the things that might happen if they decide to get a job or move somewhere. Well, there's also things that you don't expect. So that's one of the things, is that there were some things that I didn't expect, because you can only plan so far. But there have been little things about this job that I have not realized, and they're not necessarily bad things, but things that you just didn't expect. And so they take some getting used to, they take some dealing with. That's why I have a really good therapist on speed dial that I can call. And though it doesn't work for everyone, I am a big catalyst of therapy. I think being able to talk about your problems with a third party, especially someone that is neutral, is amazing. And especially when your therapist does not tell you what to do, but asks questions. So naturally, when people are talking to us and we feel like they're asking for advice, our natural inclination is to give them advice. My therapist is really great, because he'll just be like, well, if you did this, how would you feel? What would happen if you did this? And so it's a way of self-discovery without being pushed into doing one particular thing. And it allows me to ask questions and answer questions, really. And in some ways, and ask questions of myself, like, yeah, if I did this, how would I feel? I agree that there are things that we don't think about when we start teaching. Our students are people with their own lives, and sometimes they have difficulties we want to fix. We want to fix them, but we can't. Exactly. Yeah, and I've watched my students have struggles, and I've wanted to fix them, and I can't. And some struggles are harder than others. Some of them are very emotional, and it's very difficult at times. Yeah, I mean, I'm very fortunate in that my therapy, I believe, is covered through my work, although it's not with my therapist. So I just pay my guy because he's worth it. But yeah, it's a lot of money. It all depends how lucky you are as far as your insurance goes. But yeah, I will say that definitely it was one of the unexpected parts of my job is dealing with these little things, and they're not bad things, and I'm not saying that it's a bad thing, but it's an unexpected thing, and so it just takes processing. And sometimes, when we hear someone go, yeah, I didn't expect this thing, we automatically go, it's bad. No, it's not bad, it's just unexpected. And so sometimes you have to parse that in your own way. I'm just dealing with some situations right now that are very difficult to handle. And they're just hard. So, and I can't say anything, sorry. But I'll just say that they're very difficult to deal with. They can be emotionally difficult. It's probably a good way to put it. Yeah. If I could just say it that way. So, I don't know. Again, I love what I do. Don't get me wrong. There are some hard things about it, but the excitement of having a student go, hey, thanks for helping me with this. I just did this thing that I couldn't do before, I think makes it all worth it at the end of the day. And that's what I love. Sometimes unexpected can be good. I've seen a lot of that in my life since finding out I got my job. Yeah, I think the 6-month anniversary of one of those good things is happening on February 2nd, isn't it? If I remember correctly. I don't know what that is, but So, So it's 8:55. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start winding it down for this week. I will be back on the 4th, which actually will be my sister's birthday. Hey, cool. So I'll be back on the 4th. I'll be back on the 11th. I will be off on the 18th. I will be in Oklahoma City. Hey, Alyssa, maybe when I'm there, I'll hang out with you. We'll see. But yeah, we'll be away. I don't think we're going to stream on the 18th. I think I'm going to just take the week off. So, do your stuff. You have to live without me for a week, but I think you'll make it. I think you guys will be okay. Thanks, Leslie. Sounds like you're in a good place mentally. Teaching is so rewarding. It is. I love it. It is a very, very good thing, and I enjoy it. Just sometimes it can be a little difficult just because of just various things. I mean, yeah, it's one of those things. Like, what are the head pats for, Alyssa? I just noticed you did that. Why are we patting my cranium? Oh my gosh. So yeah, and then the other exciting thing, which I'll probably talk about more on the next episode, it might be on the 11th, because the 11th will be Super Bowl day. So we can talk about that and all that. I'll be getting my audiogram on the 12th, and I'm really excited. I'm also a little afraid, but also excited because looking forward to finding out where my hearing is at and what we can do to work on it. Oh, the 6-month thing. Yeah. How are you doing on Typing Club? I'm up to lesson 197. I'm getting 4 and 5-star ratings. I haven't really done much with Typing Club because I just didn't like the way it was working. I feel like it was penalizing me for being slow, even though like I'm not slow. But I have to wait to hear what's on the screen to type it. So that was kind of annoying. I wasn't super crazy about that. I need to think of a way to like, I don't know. I want to make a typing thing. I wish I could do something with visuals because I think it'd be really helpful. And that's another thing I teach a lot of too is typing. Typing's been my big thing with at least one student, possibly two. We've really been hammering away on typing and making sure that they can type good, because that's like a skill you gotta have. Like, I think before anything else, I believe before I even introduce you to a computer, I've got to get you typing. You got to know where those keys are. I mean, there's 104 keys on your keyboard. So like knowing the 26 important ones, like really to me, like knowing your letters is a must. Knowing your peripheral keys is great, but that's been something that I'm working with a student on, and it's, we're getting there. Listen, he's going to be a rock star. Or she or they. Words are easier because you can type the word as fast as you want after hearing the word. Yeah, I could see that. I should try Typing Club again. It probably wouldn't be bad for me to practice on either, because I could probably use a little typing practice myself. So I want to say that I have stuff planned for this week. I do not. It is going to be a very, very busy week. I don't have any long trips. Next week is going to be my long trip week. Oh, that's going to be fun. Yeah, I'm going to be traveling again for work. But this week is not bad. This week will be nice. It's going to be very just metro-y. Just metro-y. Yeah, typing is like the most fundamental thing for using non-graphical operation systems since they use terminal commands. Yeah, I mean, listen, the people that I work with aren't going to be going into terminal anytime soon, but yeah, typing is like a must. We teach typing before anything else at my work, and I think it's so important to do so. Yeah, it's a mistake I made, and part of my job, I think, and especially as a new teacher, is learning from your mistakes and going, oh, I shouldn't have done it that way. And so now I've got it figured out. Now we're clicking, we're getting stuff done. I'm really excited. Like, we're really, really hammering on the stuff that we got to hammer on, and I'm excited about that. Yeah, I wish you could speed up the voice of the accessibility mode. Well, Lexi, suggest it as an option. You know, I mean, if it's not a thing, maybe write to them and be like, hey, can you make this faster? So, you know, those are really good suggestions, and they won't do them unless we tell them. So, it is 9 o'clock. It is time for me to go back to sleep. I wanna sleep for a couple hours. It's my Sunday. You know, football's on later. 2 good games. Looking forward to Ravens and the Chiefs. I almost call them the Royals. And looking forward to Lions and 49ers. So back-to-back fun football. Cannot wait. I also need to buy my groceries. I really need to get my oven labeled. Maybe that'll be today. I really, really, really need to go get a package out of the mailbox. I'm going to do that on my way to work tomorrow. I think I got my free slate and stylus, which is kind of cool. Even though I don't really use the slate and stylus, but sometimes I'm like, I want to braille something. Now I can, which is really cool. So I'm excited. Now, if I just had some Dymel tape so I could actually make sticky labels, that would be even better. But that is okay. Or even a braille labeler would be cool. One of those things would be cool. Anyways, thank you for watching and or listening. I will see you all later. As always, good night and good corn.